And bonjour, this is Bruno LARVOL. I'm here with Kalpana. We're going to talk about the Wikipedia of cancer data, LARVOL CLIN, the product that Kalpana has built with her colleagues. And she's going to talk today about some of the new features, in particular the feed. So, Kalpana, welcome to the podcast. Before we start, I want to say that I'm on my way next week to ASCO GI in
SOGI.
Expo GI, yes, in Barcelona. And so, if you're listening, and if you're going to be in Barcelona, please tell me, and would love to say hello, and I could even give you a full demo of larval clean. Once again, the definition of larval clean is that any data about any clinical trials in cancer that is publicly known, whether it's a publication, whether it's a poster, whether it's an abstract, whether it's a press release, a Kaplan-Meier curve, a forest plot, any data has been not only collated, curated, organized, but also the data has been extracted and moved to a common data model to build new analytics and to apply AI to it. We do that with our team and with also very advanced AI tools. Notably, the AI is there to extract sentiments from a panel of 6,000 oncologists on X. So each time any of the 6,000 oncologists, meaning essentially who's who in oncology, uh, is commenting on a trial, we extract their comment, we organize it, we extract the sentiment of that commentary, and think about it as a Google map. And one of the layer of data on the Google map is a sentiment, the color from that panel of oncologists. So that's my intro. Kalpana has built a lot of many elements of this platform, and she's going to talk with us today about the new feature that we launched, which is called Feed. So, microphone to you, Kalpana.
Hey, hi Bruno. Thanks for having me again. Yeah. So as we know, like social media is playing a major role in everyone's life. So we have more posts coming into from CLIN. We are posting many data into social media. So and finding that specific data in social media might be difficult, and we are building very valuable data which shouldn't be going unnoticed. So we are saving that data in the form of feed, and you can see that as the landing page now in CLIN. So in CLIN, there's a feed tab. As soon as you land in, you'll be on the feed tab. So now, on every day, whatever the social media posts we are making, be it be the sentiment analysis, be it be the FDA approvals, or any specific conference related top companies, top trials, top influencers. So that entire data collated would be there under the feed.
Let me stop for a second just to clarify something. So, um, based on our data platform, every day we post on social media some posts. We call them onco posts. So we maybe on average right now we have 3 to 5 a day. More during
Yes.
conferences, less outside of conferences. Our goal is to make about 10 social media posts today. These are analytical or data rich posts, some less, some more, that we think are adding value. Some announcements, some scoop, for example, FDA approval. We have one or new data, etc. That is impactful. That is maybe practice changing. So all of these posts, our team is preparing based on CLIN. And the idea of feed is to, in addition to posting it on social media, to have a feed of all of these posts as a landing page of CLIN. Any successful platform has a feed, especially
Yes.
if it is social or if it has ambition to be social. So this is our feed.
Yes. And you see all the feed over here arranged in reverse chronological order. So whatever is the latest, you can see at the top. So yesterday we have done this analysis, sentiment analysis for ROS1 trial. So I'm just clicking on that. So you see the data here. So which is very data rich, as you mentioned, Bruno. And just zooming out such that you can see the entire thing at a time. Yeah. So this is the trial sentiment analysis, which is done by LARVOL CLIN. And this trial is a positive trial. How many posts are there? And who is the top voice and what is his take on the specific trial? So we show this information as a post, Onco post, and also in our feed.
Let me elaborate just a little bit on that. So we have a trigger, so to speak, that indicates to us that this data release, it's a data release, right? It's not a report, it's a data release, is impactful. And the trigger, I believe, is we need within 6 hours of that news breaking, we want at least 6 oncologists to have made a commentary on X about it. Now, that's a trigger. If that trigger is activated, then what we do is that we create that post. And that post includes several elements. First, a rating or an updated rating. That's a dial on that trial. So in this case, it's a positive trial, but not quite practice changing or practice informing. You can see positive means it's positive, but it's not extremely impactful for whatever reason, right? Otherwise, the dial will be all the way to the right at the practice changing level or intermediary at the practice informing level. Now, on the right, you've got the total, the donut of all the commentary. And it's a little bit unusual, but in this one, nobody says practice informing or practice changing. Everybody said positive or they didn't express any sentiment, right? Now, that donut is for the trial in general, not just for the data just released today, right? So some of
Yes.
that might have been released earlier commentaries. And what we do is that we pick one highlight from a key opinion leader that is usually a top opinion leaders. Dr. Liu is, of course, famous in oncology as one of the top voices in cancer. And we highlight that commentary. So his commentary indeed is positive. It's kind of neutral. It doesn't even say that it's super positive, right?
Yes. It's just
It's
a neutral
descriptive.
comment. Yes.
But it met primary endpoint. To be positive in our rating system, a trial needs to meet primary endpoint, which it did in this case, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So that's a positive trial. Not practice changing, though.
Yes. Not at practice changing, at least.
All right.
And we have a hyperlink to the specific trial to CLIN again. Yeah. So this is the trial 360 page of the ROS trial. So you can see like the key data feature is there. And in reverse chronological order, you can see all the publications that are released till now. And also in the earlier place, you might have seen yesterday it was 26. So that's why it is 26 over there. Now it is updated today. So that is the reason why you have 27 reactions here. And yeah, so as you can see, as Bruno mentioned, the number of reactions are not only to the specific release that happened yesterday or day before yesterday. It is a combined analysis of the whole list of the whole history of the trial.
We call this podcast Build in Public because we are debating the product as we present it to you. So I have a question or an idea in the spirit of Build in Public. So this is a page that we call the 360 page for a trial
Yes.
for ours.
Yes.
It's actually our most successful page, the trial 360. The second most successful page is the abstract 360, meaning the page about a given abstract at a conference and the conversation around that abstract.
Yes.
Now, in that page 360, we have one thing, which is the analytics. Right now, it's a tile system, right? So we have tiles of these different analytics. We have the donut chart, we have the bar graph, and then we have a one that is a timeline, although the timeline, we cannot see the whole thing. So move to the right so we can see the timeline. Okay. So that's a timing of the different conversation and commentary about that trial. So you can see the evolution of the discussion among people. Now, here's one thing we're considering. We're considering taking all these analytics and making it into one of the tabs instead of auto-expanding it like this, right?
Yeah.
So the first tab, maybe the first tab of that trial page would be the analytics for that trial. Is that what
Correct.
you champion or you recommend,
Yes,
Kapana?
Bruno. Yes, I would
Okay.
like to have all the analytics as one tab, and that should be the first tab because that gives a clear picture. Okay, these are the top people who have commented, and these many tweets are there, and this is a positive trial. So every information will be there under the analytics tab. So
It will still
once
be
I have that data,
tiles, right?
correct.
But it will
Yes,
be under the first tab, the landing tab, which
correct,
will be called analytics, and it will have a number next to it, which is a number of analytics, right?
correct. Yes.
Should there be, I'm jumping to something else here.
Hmm.
And by the way, dear audience, if you have comments or questions, we are live. So please say hello or ask us a question. We have 3-4 minutes left to the
Left.
call. Uh, Now, next to endpoint, should we put a number as well? Because we have a number of endpoints, some primary, some secondary, that
Hmm.
we have extracted. Here, there's a lot of secondary data, right?
Correct. Yeah, so that was the confusion, Bruno. So for now, we have left it blank, but very soon we should be adding the count. And we will be
Eh,
considering only primary or secondary
Okay,
together. We have to discuss that.
okay, okay. I understand. It's a bit of a dilemma because it's a long tail of secondary. It's less meaningful, but then it's confusing that if I see three,
Uh,
um, right? So it's a bit of a dilemma, as always, in designing the best experience for our users.
yes,
Um, okay, so let's go back to the feed, maybe to give another example of the kind of post we add to the feed.
yes. So this is one more interesting one, Bruno, which is FDA access accelerated approval alert. So here you can get a sorry, glimpse of all the updates from FDA. So
Okay,
don't you
but it's
call this a gold mine?
specifically due date updates, right? It's very specific,
Correct.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And so we post this because there's a new one,
Correct.
okay, to be activated on that list. And then we see the next anticipated
Upcoming.
one. So
Correct.
there's the next due dates.
Yes. And with the anticipated date as well. Like the
Yes.
anticipated drug and its details along with the date.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I call this is a gold mine, right? You can't compile all this data somewhere. And or you have to go back and search like a chat GPT. Okay, can I get this? Can I get this? Instead of all this prompt, you can get the information handy.
With no hallucination. That's part of our value
Yes,
added. We remove any hallucination. Okay.
that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and team has put in lots of effort in putting this data, so there is no hallucination involved over here.
And our team is working so hard and so smart using AI. And when we cannot use AI or when we cannot use AI yet, using manual curation on top. So I'm very proud of what you all have done here, Kapana and team.
Yeah, thank you, Bruno. And I would like to quickly show you a couple of analytics from the conferences. Each conference is different, and each conference might have like important trials, important companies, or how many oncologists have posted. So you can see for every conference will be posting, of course, important conferences. So for example, ICML is the recently completed conference. So you can see the top companies like who are the important oncologists with most number of views and the top trial information here in the feed itself. And you can see such information for EHA and ASCO also if you scroll down.
Yes, open maybe EHA as we close the call. But one of the big use case, obviously, of CLIN is preparing attending and recapping at the end of the major cancer conferences.
Yes.
And so we post some of these, but a lot more data. That's kind of the tip of the iceberg. A lot more data is accessible on LARVOL CLIN. So if you like this content, same time next week, it will. It's a recurrable podcast. Although I will be in Europe next week for the for ESMO GI, as I said. I would like to ask you also that if you're interested in a demo or in a trial of our platform, please reach out to us. There's also self sign up that you can activate on our website. On that note,
Yes.
any final words from you, Kalpana, before we close the call?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate on the URL, Bruno. It's clin.larvol.com. So it's a pretty easy URL. So please sign in and you'll be able to see the entire data as such. And feed is free of cost. You can access it.
Yeah. Kalpana, merci. Goodbye. And au
Thank you,
revoir.
Bruno.